Hey guys, welcome back. Hope everyone is doing well and staying healthy. Today I want to discuss the process of prior authorizations, what that means, and how on the medical side we go about getting your medications approved through your insurance company. Sometimes it can be very difficult. Sometimes it's a pretty smooth process. A prior authorization is when the provider sends a medication to your pharmacy and your insurance does not cover it. They send us a message either that we need to change your medication or start a prior authorization. Insurance companies pretty much run what providers do for procedures and medications. They decide what they're going to cover and what they're not going to cover, and we have no say in it. They change their formulary at any time, so they can stop paying for your medication at any time. You can be on the same medication for 10, 15, 20 years, and it's working very well with you. You're not having any side effects. It's treating your issue or disease. And then they can just up and say, oh, we're not covering that one anymore. Got to try something new. This medication could be keeping you alive, just something that you need to continue taking to feel good. So if you want to keep taking it, you have to either pay cash, and medication is super expensive, as everyone knows, or we have to start trying different medications, and that can be a very lengthy process. In my opinion, if providers prescribe something, they should be covered with a very minimal copay. If you need a medication, you should just get it. It boils down to money. Money, as we all know, runs our planet. The insurance wants you to take whatever medication costs them the least amount of money. And not one magic pill works for everyone. Some people have allergic reactions. Their ailment isn't helped at all with this medication. They just don't work the same for everyone. So how this starts is there's this web site that is called Cover My Meds, and it actually has streamlined it a lot for us. We used to have to call insurance companies and sit on hold. It could take an hour to get a medication, a prior authorization even started. That wasn't even getting the medication approved. And you're trying to room patients and do your normal daily duties, and then you get all these forms from the pharmacy saying that you need to do these prior auths, and your patients are waiting for their medication, and so it kind of gets really stressful, and then you get really down when you can't get something approved that is really helping your patient. Anyway, so the insurance denies it. Pharmacy sends us a form. We start the prior authorization, and if it's a medication you've been on for a super long time, these prior authorizations, they want to know all the medications you've tried and failed. I don't remember what I have taken 20, 30 years ago. It's not in your charts. It's like they try to do anything possible to not have to cover this medication. So we answer all these questions. We send in the chart notes from the providers, hoping that those are good enough. And then someone, I don't know who, someone at your insurance company denies or approves your medication. I can tell you I get way more denials, way more for medications than I get approvals. I almost celebrate each time I get an approval. I probably get 8 denials out of 10 prescriptions. It's just insane. It just shouldn't even be allowed to happen. But like I said, they run everything we do. And that's kind of it. So once the medication is either approved or denied, we let the pharmacy know, and then they are able to fill your medication. And even if your medication gets approved, that doesn't mean you're still going to have the same copay. Sometimes they do like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 copay thing. That could just bring it to tier 3. So it could still be $100 a month prescription that you need, and which just is not fair. No one can afford that. No one should have to try to afford that to stay alive. I know elderly patients, they'll forego eating. They won't buy basic supplies that they need to live. They won't pay their power bills. It's just insane. It's maddening and it's sickening. And I can't believe they're allowed to do that. It just drives me crazy. Anyway, so it sounds like an easy process, but again, it can just take a really long time to be let down. It can take a long time. I was just on, I had to call this one insurance company a while ago, probably a couple weeks ago, and I was on hold, just on hold, not even talking to someone. I was just on hold for 18 minutes because I'm sure they're short-staffed just like the rest of the planet is, so I try to keep patient because I know this patient needed this medication. And of course, it's a Friday, always on a Friday. Different hours because you don't know if you're calling the East Coast, some other country. So you try to call in a timely manner, like before 3, because if they're closed, they're closed. These places aren't open 24 hours. But again, I was on hold for 18 minutes. And once the phone was answered, it actually went super quick. I couldn't believe it. It was probably like 6 or 7 minutes that I had to talk to the agent and answer their questions. I actually got the medication approved. I couldn't believe it. So that was 25 minutes of my time spent very well. I just really appreciate when they take their patients' health into account and not just their wallets, because that happens way more than I would like to admit for sure. Anyways, that's it on prior authorizations. So when the pharmacy says, oh, your medical office it's just a prior authorization, it just takes a couple seconds and it's done. Incorrect. It can take a long time. And then once we notify your insurance company, they have 48, 72 hours, maybe even a week before they even give us an answer. So it isn't instantaneous for all insurances, but a lot of them are pretty quick. Especially if like it's a blood thinner or something and we mark urgent on it, or insulin. They're quick. They're also quick at denying it, but sometimes, every once in a while, we get something thrown our way and we get an approval. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. My next video, I'm going to do a challenge, a September challenge for my health, and I want to invite you guys to come along on my journey. I'm going to show some device that I bought for cellulite, yikes, and what I have this major addiction that I'm going to try to give up for the whole month of September. If you guys know me, you already know what I'm talking about, but I'll let you know in a couple days what that addiction is and what my plan is to kick it, and hopefully lose some weight after kicking it. Gotten a little fluffy these past few years, and I need to stay healthy. Got some pretty bad genetics, so I need to try to stay healthy so I'm not on these medications that aren't going to be covered by my insurance company, because I definitely am not going to pay tons and tons of money for medications. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you're staying healthy. I hope your spirits are high. Thank you.